Welcome, it's July 9, 2020, and it's everybody's favorite time of the day. That is plank challenge. We'll do 3 minutes, nice hold. We'll do those side dips again. If you remember, you're lying on your elbows, and then after a minute and a half or so, we start dipping one hip down to the side, back up, other hip down to the side. So your spine stays nice and straight. You're just rotating to touch one hip down, rotating to touch the other hip down. In the second section where we're doing high plank, for those that want, because I had a comment earlier that pushing up from low plank to upward facing dog is difficult. So we're going to do some exercises in the second half of the high plank to strengthen the muscles that are going to help you come up into upward facing dog from the low plank. So let's get down from high plank to low plank, upward facing dog. Anyway, it'll be clear. Let's come to our low plank. As usual, interlace your fingers, extend your pinkies, or at least that's what I like to do, and then let's start. Your shoulders are broad, elbows pushing into the ground, a deep breath. Tuck your tailbone under slightly to make sure that your core is activated. And if your hips end up a little bit high, that's fine, not a problem. Eventually, you want to have them in line with your shoulders and whatever's on the floor, whether your knees or your toes. And look at that, the first minute has already gone by. It used to be that 1 minute worth of plank would seem like a lot. Now it's easy peasy. So when the third minute starts, I'm going to dip my hips down to the side. You can do that as well. Try to keep your body relatively stiff. Try not to sag through your shoulders as you do that. So with nice control and slow movements, it does not have to be fast. So that's the end of the second minute. Let's start dipping down. Try to keep breathing during this. Don't hold your breath ever. That's 2.5 minutes, the last half minute. Almost there, keep on going. And stop. Lie down, rest your chin in your hands. Inhale into your belly and relax. So now high plank. Some people have told me that their wrists find it hard to hold high plank for a long time. Depending on what the problem is, if it's tight wrists, then do it for a short while at least, so that your wrists can start to feel stronger so that they can get stronger, but also the hand position is important. Fingers spread wide, and then the pinky and the thumb grip the ground and lightly squeeze in. That raises the natural arch of the hand, which just like the arch in the foot, so it supports the foot, it supports the ankle, but then you push the root of the index finger down so that you have this arch going through there, and then your hand is supported at least on 3 points, and it's nice and stable. So there isn't all the weight on the ball of the wrist. If all you do is lean on this part, yes, you will get sore wrists. What you can also do, and I'll just demonstrate quickly, is you can alternate. You can say start on your fists, because that is generally easier on the wrists, but a little bit harder on the knuckles. And then, you may want to drop your knees, change to your hands, come up to your hands. Hang out there till your wrists start feeling it, and then change back to your knuckles. Now know also that if your wrists are tight, having absolutely straight arms and having them underneath your shoulders is tough. So if you bend your elbows slightly and slide yourself back a little bit, you'll get more arm exercise, but your wrists will be a little bit happier. Now that was a lot of chatting, and to try to make sure that we get a good core workout in, our high plank section is going to be 2 minutes long. So come up into high plank, whichever one works for you. And again, if high plank is not for you, you can come back to the low plank. The first minute will just be hanging out, and then the second minute will be some exercises to help build that strength needed to go up into upward facing dog from a low plank. So to start building strength where there isn't enough to begin with, you do a reverse exercise. So if you want to be able to push your way up, well, first build the strength by coming down slowly. So the elbows tuck back, the shoulders stay broad, you lean forward, and you just very slowly come down. Keep your shoulders nice and broad. Then put your knees on the ground. Push yourself back up if you need to, stretch back, come to high plank, and again, sink down. Knees down, stretch, high plank. Sink, nice and slow. The slower the better. Knees down, push back, stretch. Couple more times, sink down. Knees down, push back. Last time, gonna come down to a low, hold, broad neck, broad shoulders, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. That was 2 minutes of high plank. Congratulations. Go grab a drink of water, and I'll see you again in yoga.